Aloha, Starseeds and Lightworkers. This is Stephanie with the Whispering Dragonfly coming to you with your general energies for April 2021. So this is for all those who identify as a Starseed or Lightworker. We're just going to look into the general energies, see what Spirit has to say. We're being blessed with some really cool light beams coming through my window. This is not a filter, people. All right, isn't that cool? Shoot, 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 all those codes. Let me move over so those blue ones can get, excuse me, so those can be present. Okay, let's take a little Hawaiian salt. And that clears the energy and gives you your minerals. And a little bit of water here. All right, now let's get started. Before I start for today, I just wanted to make an announcement that I am doing a giveaway for the month of April. So any video of mine that you watch, I'm giving away the Light Seers Tarot. I just really enjoy this tarot. I bought it with my own money as a way to give back to my subscribers. And so, anywho, that is what I'm raffling off. If you're into runes, the artist on here uses runes in the artwork. It's really beautiful. As well as how you qualify for this is you just make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button. That'll give you notifications. And then please do like and share the video and comment done. So if you put comment done in the comment section, of any video that you watch month of April that I put out, I'll put your name into the drawing, and at the end of April I'm going to raffle off those, a brand new box of those, so that'll come to you, and let's get to it. All right. Excuse me. So I'm feeling a little bit of a tickle in my throat, so I feel like for many of us there are some things moving in the throat chakra because it's time for the Starseeds and Lightworkers. I'm feeling like the general energy has been to put the Starseeds and Lightworkers back into their personal sovereignty. And as that is occurring, now it's time to speak up and speak the truth, whatever that may be, whatever messages from Spirit that we're being given individually, so that the collective can grow from that. Okay, so it's not really about us individually, but it is about individually being in our power, so that whatever our light codes are, we can give them. Okay, so let's see what's in the cards, what they want to talk about. We'll start with the Beyond Lemuria cards. Okay. Yeah, beautiful. Oh, two more they said, so one more. And I am working on figuring out how to film differently, because many of you have said you want to see my face, and I want to show the cards as well. And in the space that I'm now, I'm still trying to figure out how to do that filming, so bear with me. As soon as I figure it out, we will change formats. Okay. Beautiful. All right, how do you want those? Okay, so we're starting off with the card of healing. So month of April, healing's occurring. I feel like for both Starseeds and Lightworkers, and also around the planet, because as you can tell, there's so much that's changing already. So there's healing that's occurring in the physical bodies of the Lightworkers, as well as in the ether realm. Okay, because the next card out is ether. Okay, this is the seamless unspeakable. Really beautiful cards these are. These are Beyond Lemuria by Izzy Ivy. If you don't have them yet, I would highly recommend them. All the artwork she does herself. She's a painter. It's very, very beautiful. So even in this ether, there's two different sets of Metatron's cube. If you can see the sacred geometry there. And so I feel like the healing that's taking place is in the ether, and it's being brought down to the earth through the light codes, okay? Through those of us that are Starseeds and Lightworkers. And we are all being inundated with The sun's putting off major solar flares. The Schumann resonance has changed. We've got gamma rays coming in. All right, we are going through an awakening. The third card that came out is Awakened Awareness. This includes, but is not limited to, the Starseeds and Lightworkers. So while many of us have been on our path for quite some time, April is helping us to heal and awaken so that we can bring our message and so that we can bring our different light codes to the population that's just now waking up for the first time, okay? So anything that needs to be healed in the physical body, energetic clearing. So they're suggesting that it would be good to, you know, however you clear yourself or whatever people that you work with that are practitioners to help you to realign, that's going to be really useful in this month of April for the Starseeds and Lightworkers, because we are waking up and helping others to wake up to this awakened awareness, okay? So it's like inside the belly of the beast is the vision, okay? And just like a lotus that grows from the mud, so does our spiritual light, okay? So yeah, a lot's happening in the ethers. For some of you, I feel like maybe you have felt like there's not been much movement, or it's like the feeling that I've been having, and I've seen for some of my other lightworker friends, is that everything feels like it's moving really fast in the ethers, but feeling a bit stuck on the energy on Earth. But that's about to change. So that's why this healing is occurring. This awakened awareness is happening. So we have the, what is this called? The Secret Language of Light cards. Okay. So we've got expansion up next. Okay. Just look at these two cards together. I mean, are they not on it? This is really funny. Okay. So this clarifying healing is expansion. So you're expanding. This is card number 44. So you are moving into expansion. Those of you with spiritual gifts that you already know of, they are expanding exponentially. Those of you who don't realize that you have spiritual gifts, they're expanding. You're about to find out, okay? And we have inner voice, clarifying ether. I mean, look even at the the way that the cards look, that horizontal movement. It's like basically like this is the inner part of that geometry, okay? It's your inner voice that is the ether that's helping to speak to you, okay? So how you're going to get to this awakened awareness, the next card out is meditation. So they are suggesting that this month of April for Starseeds and Lightworkers, if you've maybe not been as, let's say, dedicated to your meditative process, whatever that is for you individually, they're suggesting that it's time to get back into a meditative practice, because that's going to help you reconnect with your inner voice. It's going to help you to reconnect with that which you are on a spiritual level, to bring that into earth, okay? Because you're expanding exponentially right now. So there's a healing that's occurring through your energetic body. I also feel like our electrical systems are being expanded and updated, as well as there's healing there. I know for many of my clients and myself, my nervous system has been a little bit overwhelmed at different times, and it is coming into this grounding phase. So it's imperative to get into the meditative state, no matter how you do that. Sometimes I do that through crocheting because I'm thinking about something else. Or if I go for a drive, I'm concentrating on driving. So then it's like my mind can go off into that meditation. So there's other forms of meditation besides just classical meditation. Some people it's gardening. Some people it's yoga. Some people it's, you know, singing or playing. I just got a hang drum, and that's very meditative because I'm like, just kind of get whisked away with the sound, and it's really nice. So whatever, painting, that's a good way too, you know. So any way that you can be creative, and however you do your meditative process, Spirit's saying do your meditative process that way. There's no reason to, if traditional works for you, that's great. If non-traditional works for you, that's great. They're just saying whatever your meditative practice is, get back into it, please and thank you. All right, let's get to, I'm going to use some of the tarot here that we're going to use on the giveaway. So Spirit, what do you want to tell the Starseeds and Lightworkers, your advice for them for the month of April? Like, what do we got going on here for the Starseed and Lightworker Collective? Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, so first out we have Page of Wands and we have the Emperor. So for many of you, I feel like if you haven't already started a spiritually based business, that's coming into motion right now. So that's why the meditative process is so important. This Page of Wands is there's inspired ideas coming, there's movement that's on its way, okay? You've freed yourself from something, there's communication that's on its way. And this is almost this youthful sort of, that youthful optimism, that new spark and fire, that it's like you may not know which way you're going to go, but you're following Spirit. And notice that on her clothing here, there's salamanders. So the wands is the suit of the fire signs. When the salamanders are present, it means that you don't get burned by the fire. You just get transmuted. It's like the phoenix rising. So salamanders keep from being burned in the fire. The Emperor card is the card of Aries. So we are in Aries season, and Spirit's indicating to pay close attention. There is an Aries new moon on April 12th. That's very, very important collectively, but especially for the Starseed Collective. So please put your manifestations out there, okay? Your manifestations for expansion, because it's a prime time. So it's like if you're going to make a wish, make a powerful one. Make it in line with the natural cycles, okay? So that's part of learning to be on your spiritual path, is to be one with the natural cycles. Don't go against the grain. Go with the natural progression of the moons and how the sun rises, how things are coming in, which many of you already know this, but it's just reminding you to go with the natural cycles. I do feel like what you're healing from here, we have Three of Swords and the Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups can be nostalgia, looking through rose-colored glasses, someone from the past, okay? It's also a card of love and harmony. So you're healing from the broken heart part of things. So some of you, it may have been actual broken heart, as in, you know, you broke up with someone that you really enjoyed, or you have nostalgia for, or you're seeing through rose-colored glasses. But really, I feel like this is, there's great childhood and inner child healing that's happening right now across the board on the planet. And I especially think it's happening for light workers and starseeds. So month of April, they're indicating that this healing is occurring, okay? That this healing is really moving you towards expansion, moving you towards your higher self, your inner voice. And through that meditative process and listening to your inner voice, you're going to be connecting with your inner child, so that this kind of heartbreak situation that happened, like, this is kind of the dark night of the soul, which many of us have had. And Spirit's saying, you know, when looking at the past, if you even bother to look back there, see, what they're saying is to house the positive programs and let go of the rest, so that this healing can occur. Because even in this thought process here, okay, so you go from this negative sort of situation to the healing process. But even look at this, like, even when you're thinking and going up the cycles, you're going up into innocence. You're going up into that childlike wonder. It's almost like Benjamin Button, all right? So it's like you start off, we start off in this world, you know, young and unable to really care for ourselves, etc. But for light workers, it's like we're mainly born already in that ancient wisdom, and we become that lighter, more innocent, more wonderful self that's childlike in our humor and childlike in our spirit and beautifully loving, just like a child. Okay, so this read traditionally is a little bit different, but what I'm seeing is like we come in like this and we're moving to that childlike innocence. Okay, and so Spirit's saying that you are going to be healing from that. Okay, we have Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords here. There is communication coming in. I do feel like for many light workers that you're moving forward in business and love. I do feel like for some of you that there's because this is the soulmate card, so I do feel like for some of you that are intending to connect with your soulmate, twin flame, whatever you want to call that divine counterpart. This would be the counterpart of the divine. Sixes have to do with love. They have to do with balance, with harmony. So there's a harmonization that's coming in that's going to fix that that broken heart. So that's for a select few of you, right? For others, I feel like it has to do with business, and for some, I feel like it has to do all around that way. There's a harmonization that is occurring, okay? And it's going to come through this healing process. And what Spirit's saying is that it's gentle this time. I feel like we've all been on this path of constant, death, rebirth, renewal, and Spirit's saying this is a gentler type of healing. Like they're really wanting to let you know that there's a lot going on behind the scenes. There is communication coming in. We have Knight of Swords and Knight of Wands. These are both communication cards. These are both kind of knight in shining armor. Some of you may have your pick of people. Some of you, this just has to do with communication. This communication is the sword of truth, okay? So it comes through like very quickly, swift communication. And this one is very attractive, very fiery. So I feel like in general, for the Starseeds and Lightworkers, there is movement that's happening behind the scenes that's manifesting quite quickly on Earth. So it's like a culmination of all of the learnings that have happened, the healing and balancing that has happened. That culmination's coming together in the month of April, and then we have swift movement. Okay, Eight of Wands, look how quick. I mean, just looking at this card can make you kind of dizzy. It's swift, okay? So what they're saying is after a time of pause and renewal, and after a time of what seemingly seemed like no movement, now there's swift movement. Now the situations are coming in that are what you've been asking for. The situations are coming in that are going to prosper your business, that's going to help you to stand in your own sovereignty, that's going to bring you that soulmate love, that's going to bring you, it could be someone from the past, does not have to be, okay, but it's going to bring back that childlike humor, innocence, love, happiness. And it's like there's this renewal. They're giving me the word renewal happening for the Starseeds and Lightworkers. Where faith was lost, now that's returning. And how it's coming to be is that you're focusing in the month of April on your meditative practice of going inside, listening to your inner voice, healing those parts of yourself that have been denied, okay? Because they're even showing me this, like, for some of you, they're saying, like, ice cream. For some of you, I feel like there has been, you know how, like, children get very excited about ice cream. And I feel like for some of you, even in your physical diet, that you have been restricting yourself. And, like, your inner child's just wanting some ice cream, you know? And it's like, I had a client one day, and that had just a very restrictive diet, okay? And Spirit was like, I don't know what you've been eating, but they're suggesting that you go eat a hamburger. And she was like, I get to eat a hamburger? I get to have a hamburger? And it was like a little child, okay, that had come through. She was so elated that she was going to go have a hamburger because she'd been denying herself that for so long, and her inner child was just trying to, like, give her a treat, and her body needed that. So really asking into your body in this month what's going to heal and help you. And there's this return of the childlike innocence that's happening. Where there was no communication, there's communication coming in hot, okay? 8 of Wands is like fire energy, swift movement, swift communication and truth. So a truth may be unveiled here. I feel like and this truth is going to open some doors for you guys, okay? Major doors opening. All right. So they're really just wanting you to stay grounded and balanced through whatever meditative practice. That's the main thing for this month, because it's going to go from 0 to 100 in like 2 seconds, okay? So they're asking you to stay grounded. Where there was no movement, there's about to be a bunch of it, okay? And so, so whatever your meditative practice is, they're asking you to really dial in and dive into that. Okay, advice from Spirit. These are the Starseeds Oracle. Is all paths lead home. All paths lead home. Inner authority, intuition, turn your gaze within. You can't make this up, people, okay? We have inner voice, inner authority. Turn your gaze within. Meditation. They're really asking you to go inside yourself the month of April, and that all paths lead home, okay? So every Starseed and Lightworker brings different technology, okay? So every single person has a different thing that they, we call them gifts, okay? But it's just a skill set. It's our innate abilities from where we originate from, and some of us are hybrids, okay? So we have multiple lineages, multiple things that are happening. So enjoy your weird, and it's okay if someone has a different path or different way than you do of getting there. It's asking you to go inside and listen to your inner authority, and just because you do something different than how someone else does not mean that it's not leading you home. It doesn't mean that, look at all these different codes. Look at all those little light beings, okay? They all have different jobs that they're doing. You see this right here. Look, right? You can see that, okay? So they all have something different that they're doing, and it's very important. And look at all the different colors in there. You wouldn't have this beauty if everybody was the same color or the same way of using the light. You wouldn't have that, okay? And so then we have the courageous peony as the other advice from Spirit. And this says multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. Okay, for some of you have been in hermit mode for quite some time, but I feel like this movement on your business, this movement on who you are as an emperor, empress, it doesn't matter the gender on this one, okay? You're moving into that courageousness, okay? You're moving into your multifaceted, unique nature. Multifaceted, unique. Look at all that light, okay? So it's very important for you guys to really feel in to your uniqueness. Your personal self has the beautiful light that maybe someone else needs to help them to heal themselves, okay? And so what you bring to the world is important. In month of April, they're really going to be asking you to let yourself be seen, to value yourself in high regard, because what you bring to the table does matter. It builds the foundation of the new earth, and it is important for you to come forward with your gifts and your innate abilities. Okay. And then the last advice from Spirit with the sacred destiny cards is diligence. So again, they're asking you to be diligent with your inner authority and your meditation practice. So even if you just spend 15 minutes a day listening to the air conditioner, who cares, right? Pick your meditation, but be diligent about it, all right? And that's your work. Your work is to go inside. Your work is to listen to your inner voice and authority this month of April. It is important and imperative that you be diligent about your own inner landscape, okay? Because the codes that you have to give out are very important, okay? So Really beautiful expansion happening, Lightworkers. So glad to connect with you. Keep up the good work. Okay. Is there anything else? Nope. They just said keep up the good work. Go into your meditation. Listen to your own voice, your inner voice above anyone else's. Okay? Because there is no other voice but your own that has authority over you. Okay? So thank you so much. Again, if you want to be part of the drawing, just comment done in the comment section. And until next time, aloha.